What is up, my friends? The good news, the international break is over, the final one of the season, and we can really look ahead now to Liverpool's game against Brighton this weekend at Anfield, a day that hopefully by the end of it will see the Reds back on top of the Premier League table. If you just cast your eye underneath the scoreboard on the side of the screen, you will see that we will be starting our watch along from 1 p.m. Just a reminder to those in the UK and Ireland, the clocks go forward on Saturday night, so don't get caught out by that one if you're in work, or of course if you want to watch the Reds. So we'll be starting our watch along from 1 o'clock, but we'll be going all the way through to the Manchester City Arsenal game as well, and then we'll finish the day with our match reaction and player rating. So about 6.5 hours worth of live content on Sunday, but it is a big title race deciding day, so I've got to make sure that we're good to go. I think if we are ahead this Sunday, by the time Arsenal play Manchester City and that's over, I'm going to say we go on to win the league. But then again, I would say that, wouldn't I? So I'm going to go through and give you my predicted 11, my score prediction ahead of the game, asking you guys as always to let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Anything else you want to talk about regarding the game? Is this an audition from Roberto De Zerbi for the Liverpool job? I don't think so. I think it's most likely going to be Amarim based off what we're seeing over the past 48 hours. But I also want to give you guys an update on the injury situation. So before I get stuck into the score prediction starting 11, let's just get a flavour of where we're at with regards to injuries. So, the good news is that Ibrahim Konate was just having an extra rest day when he came back from international duty. He wasn't spotted in the training photos, and many of us were, well, quite concerned about that, but it was just a rest day, so no worries there. Curtis Jones, Jurgen Klopp said he's not sure. He's close. He's starting to do some training. Didn't train fully, but will he be available for Brighton? I'm going to go on the side of no, probably not, but probably for Sheffield United. The others he's saying are going to be back in stages. He says they're all close, but no specifics really on Trent or Alisson or any of the other players. So I would say this weekend, expect us to go in with Gravenberch, Darwin, and maybe Curtis Jones coming back. But the good news is that Darwin is fully fit and available after resting up, as is Ryan Gravenberch. So, with that in mind, let's get to the score prediction and, of course, the predicted 11. So, for the score prediction, what have I gone for? Well, I'm going to give you some thought processes first. I always enjoy the games against Brighton. They're always interesting. Now, maybe Roberto De Zerbi is going to try something special here as he looks to, I guess, hone in perhaps on the Liverpool job or the Bayern job or maybe even the Barca job. So maybe he's a little something up his sleeve for this one, and we need to make sure that whatever he brings, we have an answer to it. So I think my team will give us that answer, but for the score prediction, this is what I've gone for. I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory to Liverpool. I'm always nervous about predicting a clean sheet these days because, let's be honest, we've been a little bit porous at the back. So I hope that with the team I've put out, we'll be able to... I've put out, he says, like I'm the manager. The team I'm guessing Jurgen will put out. We'll get the job done, keep a clean sheet, and put us back atop of that table so we can sit back and watch what happens at the Etihad unfold between Manchester City and Arsenal. So, let's get to the business part of the video. The starting 11. Well, we know Alisson Becker isn't available, so goalkeeping situation straightforward. But who have I gone for in centre-back? As you can see, Kelleher in goal and Ibrahim Konate and Virgil van Dijk. No real surprises there. It's exactly what you would have expected from me. Virgil van Dijk will be the captain, of course. Konate coming in. Do you know what? I feel a goal for Ibu this week, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why, but it's been a while. I remember when we first signed him, I think against Benfica, if my memory's right, didn't he score a brace in the Champions League? But I think Ibu's due a goal. So I'm going to go Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahim Konate as our centre-backs. In the full-back positions, well, no Andy Robertson. I forgot to mention that, of course, when I was doing the injuries at the start. No Andy Robertson for now. He will be back for the United game next week by the looks of things, but he won't be available for the game against Brighton. So with that in mind, this is what I've gone for. Joe Gomez to come in at left back and Conor Bradley at right back. Now, many people might want to go for Costas. I just like the balance Joe gives us on the left. On the right-hand side, when we played United, Joe Gomez was being isolated there because Mohamed Salah, well, he either wasn't fit enough to track back or he was under instruction not to track back. But either way, we were getting run ragged over there at times. So I'm happy with Joe at left back where he will receive the cover to allow him to go forward a little bit. I think we're a bit more steady on that left-hand side. So that's what I've gone for there. Moving into midfield, I think you're going to be, I hope, in agreement with me on the midfield selection because it's not too groundbreaking. It's probably exactly what you expect. So, I expect Wataru Endo to play in the defensive midfield role, and ahead of him, Dominic Szoboszlai and Alexis McAllister. Obviously, Alexis McAllister is in great form now, scored again for Argentina during the international break, and starting to really find a home on that left side of midfield, or should I say in that attacking midfield role, with Wataru Endo behind him. I like the relationship and the balance there, and Dominic Szoboszlai on the right. Let's be honest, that's probably our strongest midfield. You could argue Curtis Jones, of course, when he's fit, but for now, I think that midfield pretty much picks itself. So I think you're probably in full agreement with me. I've said I think a lot there, haven't I? Maybe I'm putting words in your mouth, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know if I'm wrong. That's what the comment section's for. And lastly, we move into the attacking end of the pitch. And before I do, I want to talk a little bit about Lucho on the left, because he will be on the left in this 11, but I'm of the mindset now, looking like it's Amorim going to come in. I can't be the only one that wonders if this is the summer that we do see Luis Diaz sold. His father, of course, he's been quite vocal about wanting his son to go and play in Spain. If Ruben Amorim comes in, he doesn't really play with wingers in his system, more number 10. So is this going to be the summer where Lucho departs? I'd be interested to know your thoughts on that. We did conduct a poll on our stream last night, and people reckon that he was worth over £70 million. I've got to say, I think the true valuation of Lucho is a little bit lower. I think he's valued in at around £60 million. So, again, wouldn't mind your comments on that. So, the attacking end of the pitch, who have I gone for? Well, exactly as you expect. The great man himself, Mohamed Salah, on the right-hand side, and Lucho Diaz on the left-hand side. And I think that's pretty much the right decision. I know that a lot of people are waiting for Diogo to come back and then maybe move Darwin across to the left-hand side. But for now, I think this is the strongest attackers we have in the areas that they do the best work. So I think Lucho on the left and Mo on the right. And lastly, through the centre, who have I gone for? Cody Gakpo, Darwin Núñez. Well, I haven't lost my mind, so obviously I've gone for the best striker in the Premier League. The best striker in English football, actually. You don't even need to take my word for that. There was a study conducted by ESPN, Opta, and one of the other big companies where they looked at loads of different factors, and Darwin Núñez, with a score of 78%, came out as the most well-rounded striker in English football at the minute. So there you go. Take from that whatever you like, ladies and gentlemen. But that is my predicted 11 to take on Brighton. So I've gone for a 2-0 score prediction. Caoimhín Kelleher in goal. Ibrahima Konate and Virgil van Dijk in the centre-back positions. Joe Gomez on the left. Conor Bradley on the right. In midfield, Wataru Endo, Dominic Szoboszlai and Alexis McAllister. Up top, Mohamed Salah on the right. He is going to score as well, by the way. I've decided that much. On the left, Lucho, and through the centre, Mr. Darwin Núñez. Will this team get the job done? I very much hope so. Will we be top of the Premier League by the end of Sunday? I've got a feeling we will, you know. I'm very, very doubtful that we'll see Arsenal win at the Etihad. That's the only thing that can deny us going top of the table if we win. Unless, of course, we beat Brighton by 6 or 7 goals, which I don't see happening. So for me, that's enough to get the job done. Then we've Sheffield United on Tuesday. And then, of course, the annual trip to Old Trafford for the 3 points next weekend. And if we get through this week, including Tuesday and next weekend, top of the league, start polishing up that trophy, Pep, because it's coming back to Liverpool. I will catch you guys later on tonight. If you're with us at 8:30, brilliant. If not, we won't be live tomorrow, so we'll see you on Sunday for the watch-along. But there is lots to talk about, so I hope to see you tonight at 8:30. Much love. Catch you soon. Bye-bye.